time for the Gettin Outdoors podcast, Town Country United Bank Lake Millers Ferry Weekend Hunting and Fishing Report. A weekly update on water conditions, ramp events, generating schedule, what's biting, and seasonal hunting information with outdoor reporters Joe Allen Dunn, Kevin Sims, and Shane Jones. This weekly hunting and fishing report is brought to you by the good folks at Town Country United Bank in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for over 40 years. Town Country United Bank's highest priority is satisfied customers. Now, here's your weekend Lake Millers Ferry hunting and fishing report.
All right, Big Daddy, here we go.
There he is. Team Bigfoot, baby. Another one on the B&B Silver Shade. Team Bigfoot in the house.
Shane Jones crappie fishing.
Got it.
First one, 2023, smackdown.
Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report for the Gettin Outdoors podcast 221. And I just got through interviewing Mr. Frank Doganero, and let me tell you, that young man has been doing fish care for ABT since 2014, and he knows what he's doing. And I appreciate him sitting down and sharing all that information with us today. I got all the outdoor reporters in the house, Mr. Shane Jones, Kevin Sims, and Joe Allen Dunn. How y'all doing today?
Doing great.
Doing good, doing good.
We got a few events going on this weekend. We'll start off with the 2023 Extreme Bass West Alabama Team Trail will be in Demopolis at the Demopolis City Landing this weekend. $200 entry fee. 35 boat payout will be $2,500. Contact John McAlpin, 334-654-4278. Also down at Mount Vernon Landing this weekend, they having the first in a series of frogging tournaments. You can sign up at 7 o'clock p.m. at Mount Vernon Landing Saturday night. The weigh-in will be at 2 a.m. and old Big Dad will not be there, but they're going to send me all the information. $100 entry fee. That includes the biggest frog. They do a lunker just like they do in bass tournament. And you can message River Legend Outfitters and Citronelle Facebook or call Hunter at 251-599-9747 for more information. Then next weekend, the 17th, Maddie will be bringing her Bridgeport Summer Team Trail back to Bridgeport City Landing. And at Roland Cooper State Park, Major League Jugging will be going on in the second of two Catfish Jugging Opens put on by C.T. Ward Power Sports and Dunn Sports. And we'll talk a little more about that in a little while. Now, the big story of the day, guys, is bears, and more bears. I tell you what, they've been sending me pictures, but yesterday. This pair right here was in of 16, and then this afternoon, right after lunch, Monroeville Hospital. So that's probably the same bear because they roaming right now. But it's a lot of bears moving around right now. And if you see one, just leave them alone. Hey, if you want to win a pair of tickets to the World Deer Expo coming up in July, all you got to do in the comments is type in WDE40. Type in WDE40. We're giving away a pair of tickets, and Kenny Massengill won them last week. And I'd love to give them to you this week, Bob Hale. He's already typed it in, WDE40. Appreciate you tuning in. Gator harvest permit chances went on sale Tuesday, Kevin. They're not tags anymore. They're Gator harvest permits. And they're not zones anymore. They're management areas. And they don't cost $22 to register for a tag. Now it's free to register, and if you get a tag, it's going to cost you $250 plus a small processing fee. So if you want to register, it don't cost nothing. And I guess the somebody's calling Joe Allen.
They got him all. We got him all.
Hey, and I guess the preference points are still in play. I don't know. They done changed it up so much. I just don't know. I don't. It doesn't excite me anymore.
Well, Big Daddy, if you're paying that much for a tag and all that now, why shouldn't they have some type of processor from Louisiana that could buy your gator and you could sell it and get your money back, or either could utilize it? Because a lot of these guys don't really know what to do with it and don't really utilize it till it's, the maximum potential for the gator meat and hide and everything.
Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook you up with the powers to be with the conservation department unless you make that suggestion to them.
Well, they should. They need to turn a lot of that stuff over to me anyway, and I can make a better decision, I think.
Don't nobody in Montgomery like me and Joe Allen.
All right, the Highway 10 is back open at the four-way stop, but Highway 28 is still closed. So you ain't got to go through town no more. You can go down the bypass, and that opened it up to Lawson's Bait Shop. But old Taylor Ward at CT Ward is killing him. Man, he ain't got no through traffic going through there. So y'all, if you're in the market for a boat or a 4x4 or a utility trailer or a Hustler lawnmower, y'all go by there and check him out.
Well, I can tell you this right now about CT Ward. They just rebuilt a foot for me that most people would not touch. A lot of dealers over the years told me they ain't gonna touch a lower unit. He did, and I promise you, it's running better than the brand new unit that come in the boat when I bought it.
Well, good. Maybe you can sell that damn boat and get you a fishing boat.
Well, I need to, but times is hard right now, Big Daddy. I tell you what, it's hard.
Hey, Bunny Bell says, did they really find a boa constrictor in the Mississippi River? I ain't heard that. Have y'all heard anything about that?
I ain't either. I wouldn't doubt it, though.
I don't know. The way things are now, Bunny, they might have. Hey, we're gonna talk about this when we get to the bass segment of the town of the fishing, hunting and fishing report. But the anglerschannel.com was filming for the TV show this weekend, and one of those guys sent me this just today. He was going through and editing video, and he's doing a little scouting for BDL. This is one of the cameramen that was out there filming the bass tournament this weekend. pretty good gator right there.
Yep.
His old nose look big around a basketball. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
All right.
Did you apply for a tag this year?
I'm going to. It's free. This year,
Yeah.
it's free. You know, I ain't never got one. I've been applying every year for the last 11 years. I ain't never got one.
Well,
And,
if you get one, me and Travis will be on your team.
oh, if I get one, Travis is going to be on my team for sure. But Rusty wants to know if you got that set fixed. I don't know what he talking. Oh, that seat fixed. Rusty wants to know if you got that seat fixed, Joanna.
Oh, Rusty, I fixed that seat about 30 minutes after it happened. I went straight home and I put heavy duty stainless steel bolts through it. I got bolts with big washers on the back side. I'm good to go. It's weight rated down from 400 pounds. So I'm going to have to eat a lot more cornbread within the next year. And I probably may hit that peak. I don't know.
Joe Allen, me and you talked about this the other.
Oh, live. I laugh every time I see that. I tell you what.
You know what? When I fell, though, I didn't notice it until I got to the next spot after I fixed it. And I looked, I couldn't find my fish formula that I put on my jigs. And I said, I bet it's in that grass bed right there where I fell off. Sure enough, I went back, and there that jug was sitting there, that bottle was sitting there floating. And I went back and got it.
Noonan wants to know how the new marina project is coming in Millers Ferry. Me and Kay Donaldson rode down there Friday, Noonan, and they have got the ramp put in, and they have got the seawall put in all the way around it. And I think the first thing they're going to build is the little convenience store marina. And then they're going to start on the restaurant. But it's coming along. They got enough equipment down there to move some dirt. I know that. They are really, really coming along with it.
Well, when they going to have the bar part fixed? That's what I want.
Well, I don't know, but it won't be long. It won't be. I expect we'll be doing. The state's going to take over the state park Labor Day, and I expect we'll be doing jugging contests at the marina when they get through with it instead of the state park when the state takes over. I don't know how that's going to work, but
I know one thing. I love leaving my house and fish that way to lunch and go in there and get a hamburger and then fish my way back.
The state's going to take to get the state park back over?
Yeah, at Labor Day. Vistas out of it Labor Day, and the state's taking back over.
I don't
know how that. Well, they just couldn't. They tried to negotiate the contract, and they couldn't all get on the same page. The way I heard it.
I know.
But anyway, all right. Let's go to the Town Country United Bank hunting and fishing report. We'll start off with the catfish and the jugging contest, Major League Jugging, coming up next weekend at the Roland Cooper State Park. Joe Allen, that's why he called it, Shane, Major League Jugging. And y'all heard they moving the water today. They moved it from 1 p.m. till 8 p.m., 3 units at Millers Ferry, from 2 p.m. till 8 p.m., 4 units at Jones Bluff. Water temperature in the river's 85. I don't know in the sloughs. I would say it might be hitting 90 now, the way that sun's hitting. But that is going to now let's talk about next weekend, the jugging, Joe Allen, because I talked to some guys up there in Elms Bluff. They are catching the hell out of them blue cats. Yeah. And they are catching them on them 15 to 30 foot jugs while they're moving the water. They said when they ain't moving the water, that they just ain't working. He said when they ain't moving the water, they having to catch brim. They're using brim and live shad. So
it's gonna be live bait in the river. But I'm gonna take the monkey off my back this year, and I'm putting this is the man that's gonna win it right here. I'm pretty much I'm gonna put my money on Kevin. He got a technique which he ain't gonna tell what he's gonna do, and I don't blame him. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna win it. It's gonna be close. And but yeah, the people in the river is gonna have to rely on live bait. And what I would do would put 4 or 5 jugs where you know there's big fish are at. Then put 4 or 5 another one, 4 or 5 another one, and use up all your 25. Your 25 jugs in the river with either live brim and another good bait, which I saw a bunch of them last weekend below the dam, is those big hickory shad. Catch them and try to keep some of them alive, have a cast net. And I think that's going to be a plus. Big Daddy, you brought up something that I didn't think about. Old school, we used to buy them jumbo minnows. And I call Loftons, they don't carry the jumbo anymore. So I'm going to order some jumbo minnows. I'm going to have them at Dunn Sports. And me and you will split those up and use some of them jumbo live minnows too.
All right, that's a deal. And Michael Hilliard, I don't know what date the Alabama Catfish Series tournament is at Roland Cooper State Park. That's a night tournament coming up in July. We'll be talking a whole lot more about that. And Joseph Holden said he's ready for the marina. How many can be on a team in the catfish tournament? Which tournament? You talking about the jugging tournament, Joseph? If you're talking about the jugging tournament, it is $25 per adult. The kids fish free. The weigh-in will be held at the Roland Cooper State Park T-Pier. You can have 25 jugs, 1 hook per jug, and we'll weigh in 3 fish. Only one can be over 34 inches. You can launch anywhere. Sign up at Dunn Sports or CT Ward Power Sports. And
what time's lines in, Big Daddy?
Lines in the water at daycrack. It says daycrack to 2 p.m. I asked Joe Allen.
Last time we started at 4 a.m.
Well, that's when we tried to catch that water moving.
Yeah.
This time it's just going to be daylight. Use your best judgment. Look at your watch, daylight. And one guy called and asked me what's the youth, and I said, 16,
under 16,
15 and under, yeah.
Right.
15 and that's, the team is 1 boat too. You can't have 2 boats from 25.
Right. If you got a pontoon boat that'll hold 10 adults, well, hell, that's what you're going to do. That's right.
But each adult's got to pay an entry fee of $25. If you got 5, each one of them got to pay $25, but they can't weigh in but 3 fish. If you got 2 people, they pay $25. They can't weigh in but 2 fish.
And it's a $10 per team big fish pot if they want to get in.
All right. Now, that is not on the flyer. And y'all have had.
I wrote it in on.
Y'all have had 6 months to redo this flyer.
Well, I can't have it. We're doing the best we can, Big Daddy. We're just stressed out.
Y'all ain't doing too good a job. Y'all need to follow Kate Donaldson around for 2 days, and I'll show you how to put on a tournament. I guarantee you.
We're not professionals. We're just major league catfishermen. That's all we are.
All right. Well, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm like you though, Joe Allen. I think Kevin might have the edge on everybody, but don't. Hey, Paul J and them are fishing right now. I saw him. Yeah, that's right.
I tell you what, it's probably going to be between Kevin and Paul J.
Well, don't count Travis out now, but he can't go below the dam. He's got to fish above the dam. So, he's been tearing them up below the dam. That's over with. And Travis, I need me some shad. Please, please.
Travis relies on me and Kevin to do that.
Yeah.
He gets some shad too.
Yeah, but now you got to have a live scope and a net thrower. So.
For fresh
shad.
I know this. It's some shad out. Hey, Nancy Joe Adams tuned in. How you doing, Nancy Joe? Appreciate you being with us today. Will Rush, Doug Pugh. Appreciate all of y'all tuning in today. We're trying to catch y'all up with everything that's going on on and around Lake Millers Ferry. All right, that's it for the catfishing. Anything else? We'll talk a whole lot more about the jugging next Wednesday night, and I'll have the river legend himself on my show Friday morning to talk about that big frogging contest coming up this Saturday night. Leon Andrews down there where the bear was. The bear just took a stroll through the Monroeville Hospital this weekend. Nancy Joe says she's killing hogs and coyotes right now. Go ahead on. All right, let's go to Crappie. Crappie Cast. This was tomorrow night, Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Who you got on it tomorrow night, Shane?
One of my buddies, Ryan Willis. He runs Hog Wild Guide Service. He fishes up on Logan Martin a good bit and Lake Mitchell. He's gonna be on there. He's a big slip court guy. They've been catching a lot of fish. He's just gonna share the stage with me in the show. John's got the Alabama Crappie Trail State Championship. They have the dinner Thursday night, so he's gonna be tied up with them. So.
And they are going to fish Saturday the same day as ABT at the same ramp. Boy,
I think they're going to weigh in at Wetumpka High School, but the good thing about it, they can launch anywhere they want to. So
yeah, well, that ain't going to be too
bad. There's going to be a bunch of boats down there. So.
All right, Gerald Swindle is back in play. He took a couple of clients this week, and he limited out both days. Shane, you did good on Millers Ferry and Demopolis this past week. You want to talk about each lake and break it down?
Yeah, no, I fished Millers Ferry all weekend. Last weekend, I fished Millers Ferry. Saturday they had pulled the river down. We got out there and I carried Joel Smith and his brother Gary, and we went out there and they pulled the river down, and there wasn't a lot of clouds in the sky, and it was going to kind of be slow. And those two fellas hadn't never jig fished much, so we concentrated on getting them in the, getting used to throwing that jig, and seen a lot of fish. I think we caught probably 25 or so, nothing crazy. But Sunday was a great day. It was me and Joey Wolf out of Pace, Florida. He came up, and about every brush pile we hit, we caught fish on. So it was a good day.
All right. Well, if you're coming crappie fishing this weekend on Lake Millers Ferry, what would you advise them to do, Shane?
Oh, man, I tell you, the river's got to come into play sooner or later. I haven't seen anything personally on the river. I know they're starting to catch some, but you just got to move around, guys.
I caught a few early on the river, bam, 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 and then it just quit.
I'm going to tell you guys, if you sit on a brush pile too long, you're making a bad mistake this time of year, because they're not going – you'll get a couple hot fish, and you're not going to catch a lot of each top. You're lucky if you catch 5 fish, and you have to move on. A lot of people I see sitting on these brush tops, you're not going to do any good doing that. You ain't doing nothing but educating the fish and wasting your time, You got to move.
You got to move, and minnows and jigs. I mean, this water's heating up. We're talking about now the water is getting on up there in the mid 80s to the high 80s, and what's that doing? We just got through talking with the ABT fish care guy, and he says that darn oxygen in that hot water is just hard. It's hard for those fish to survive. So what are they doing, Shane? What are they? I always heard they went deep in the summertime, but heck, I've caught them in 5-6 foot of water.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of underground springs. There's a lot of the thermocline line. We was talking about it on the show last Thursday, talking about thermocline. It's but the crappie are where they are. I mean, without sounding like a smart butt, they're going to be where the bait is. And if they can live in, I've been catching fish in 8, 9, 10 foot of water for several weeks now. And there's plenty of fish in that water column from 8, 9, 10 foot. But like I said, it's not a 10 or 20 fish thing on these brush piles. It's 3, 4, 5 fish, and you got to move. You can come back, but you just got to move. Live scope or not, you still got to move around.
What about the boat dock, Shane? They love that shade too, don't they?
Yeah, I've been catching. I caught a few on some boat docks. I haven't caught a bunch of them, but they'll be coming into play later on, especially this month.
Yeah,
I sure will.
Joe Allen, you were telling me this afternoon that you got a special type of technique that you're going to use on them this weekend, and this is what you said about the crappie tournament.
The main thing is this weekend you better be over here scouting around if you're going to beat me.
So what was that you was telling me earlier today?
Well, what's going on right now? We noticed something like, especially the other day, when me and Shane fish around those boat docks, around structure, the little fry has finally come out. And
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
we've
see
seen a bunch.
billions of little fry. And what I use this time of year, I use a Mylar jig, and I should have brought one and showed you how that works. It's a skipper jig a guy makes up north, but you strip that thing and it's like tinsel, and you shake that thing and it looks like them little minnows, and they will knock the fire out of it. And,
tell them about this, Big Daddy. We'll share it with all Big Daddies. If you watch Big Daddy's show, I'm giving you a tip just for watching it, because that little thing right there, that is blue and monkey milk, and they have been. Tell them, Big Daddy. I ain't got to tell them.
Limit tackle. All you got to do is call him and just tell him you want the same order that me and Shane Jones got.
I've been running that with a chartreuse head, and to be honest with you, the chartreuse head, there's no paint left on it, so I don't think that's a big deal. But that little blue, and you can see that color. It's blue and monkey milk. They've been eating that thing a while. A little stinger tail. Inch and a half.
That's what it's mimicking. Them little fry, or the little fry off the river minnows.
That's it. That they've been eating it, guys. So you can order, like Steve from Limits Tackle. He's got a ton of them.
And that's a custom color. Nobody in the state of Alabama's got that color but me and Shane Jones.
You see the tail, it's just a flopping. I mean, I'm not doing nothing. So you can dead stick that bait or bring it by them, but it's deadly right now, guys. That watercolor right now.
It's called Limits Tackle. Limits Tackle.
That's it. Old Steve.
Right, let's go to the bass fishing. And this is where I'm so glad Kevin's here. I hope your phone don't get knocked off. Before we get to Kevin, let's talk about the ABT 100 was in town this weekend. They sucked the water out, but everybody had to fish the same water. Trey and Leon, they didn't do too good. The Schroeder boys didn't do good, but the Richies came in second. Joe Allen, you called that shot, and CJ Knight, who I had on the show with me and Kay on the water, and he didn't fall out of his seat Friday morning. He came in third place and put $10K in his pocket after he spent the night in his truck. Thursday night, he spent the night in his truck. So I was proud of that young man. And let me tell you something. If anybody didn't know it, the Alabama Bass Trail, when they roll into your town, buddy, they are the real deal. I ate dinner with Kay the other day, and it was a local businessman talking to her, and she told that man, she said, when we come to Camden, Alabama, any of our host cities, we don't come here to create traffic. We come here to make y'all money, and they damn sure did it too, buddy. QV sold out of gas Friday morning, and Hardy sold out of biscuits Friday morning.
That tells you.
All right, this weekend, don't forget Indianapolis, the Extreme Bass Challenge, West Alabama Team Trail. That will be Saturday, Indianapolis. Sign up at the landing. Now, Kevin, I want to hear about, you sent me some pictures. You sent me some pictures the other day. And I mean, you told us on the show the other night what y'all was doing. And I'll have to just be honest with you, I didn't pay no attention to you. But tell us what you and Jamie did the other night.
Well, we went down. We were full moon on Saturday night. Supposed to come up at 10:47 Central. So we went down Friday night because it was more convenient for us. We got to water about 7:30, and the powerhouse was running 3 units. So we went over and striper fished a little while, waiting on the water to cut off, and had a good day. Caught some big ones. They was all 6 to 9 pounds. And then when the water cut off, we just started around. We started fishing for bass, and we got out Jamie's new series Moon Shaker night baits. And there's 5 colors. There's a black and black. There's a black and red, black and green, black and purple, and a black and black, purple, black, red, black and green. And maybe that's 4 anyway. And black and black anyway. But the blade is this key. It's got a UV coating on it. And it's if you look at this blade laying in your tackle box in the side, it just looks black. But when you put it in the light, it looks like you shine the black light on it, even if it's the moonlight or the sun. It's got a special reflector. And Jamie did a bunch of research on it. And we caught 8 bass. We fished till about 11:30, and the one drum, but we had 3 fish. It was over 3 pounds, and I had one about 5 get off. It was a big, real big one. And I would have said it was kind of a poor night, really, because they cut the water off before it got dark. And I was really surprised that we did as well as we did. And then we had 3 or 4 fish get off. We really could have had a big bonus night that night, because I remember years in the past, when we went down there and we've caught 30, 40 bass, but the moon coming up early and the powerhouse going down, it wasn't as ideal. I like it when the moon's up about 8:30 and goes down about 2:30.
Yeah. Well, when are those new baits that y'all are trying out? Are they on the market yet? Or
Yes,
y'all
they're on Jamie's website on diamondbaits.net. It's called Moon Shaker. It's got a special skirt on it. The center of the skirt is actually about 1.5 inches longer, where you don't put a trailer on it. That way it doesn't lift. When you throw it out there, if you want to fish in 35 foot of water, you can throw it out there, and when you reel it or either pumping it, you don't have that extra buoyancy from a trailer. You got that extra skirt hanging down, and it's got a big burly hook on it, a big thumper blade on it, and it's with that special coating on there, and had to pay a good bit extra to get this special coating on there. And I throwed it up in them rocks, and ain't none of it chipped off. Now the edge is a little rough where I throwed it in them rocks up around the dam and all, but ain't none of them chipped off and then come off. And I said, and spot's pretty rough on whatever you catch it. They rough, And
yeah.
But Moon Shakers, they come in a 1/2 ounce and a 3/4, and the 5 colors. I can't remember the price on them, but they're on the website. But it's diamondbaits.net, and go in there and check it out. And that be watching in the near future. That got a new supplier. I went over the other day and picked up some A-rigs to work on, and there was 15 boxes. They're all different stuff than he had on the website. They're all still hadn't been inventoried and entered to the website. So it's gonna be some good stuff there. That I didn't even know that Net Baits had been purchased by another company, and the same company that owns bait fuel. So now the Net Baits are impregnated with bait fuel. I didn't know that, and I don't think it's nothing new, but I just realized that because I saw all that stuff in that box there. I was digging through there and got me a few of those Net Baits bait fuel impregnated trailers to go on my swim jig.
You just in heaven in there digging around and stuff, ain't you?
It is. It's a good thing me and Jamie big buddies.
All right. Well, they're pulling the water up and down. It really affected ABT bunch. 15 pounds won it this past weekend. What about this weekend, Kevin? Jimmy Lawler went this afternoon. He just texted me back and said the water is awful. He just about couldn't get in at Ellis's. So this weekend, how would you fish that water like it is now, Kevin?
Well, I think that there was still a lot of fish being caught, out of the river. I ain't saying in the back of sloughs, but out of the river, your flats and all. But I think, it's going to be more river fishing. You're going to start getting when the water's not moving, it's going to take a considerable effort, a lot of looking, a lot of finding. That small window of current, is going to be really important to doing what you need to be in the right space. And it's always timing in the summertime, but you find those banks with a little bit of water and the water's not moving, you're going to still be able to punch a bait up, punch a fish up, or finesse fishing a little bit, which ain't my deal. But you're gonna have to work hard when that water's not on. You're gonna have that daylight window. And I think the full moon hurt the ABT some this week too.
Yeah.
Well, not only the full moon, me and you talked about it. They fooled around and didn't do nothing but pull one unit at both dams slow all day.
Yeah. If you don't get any wind in a situation like that, you don't see a lot of movement.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Though, when the water ain't moving, in certain stretches of the river, if you have some wind, you go still get a little current and get a little lapping on some logs, lapping on treetops. That helps. But that because when there ain't no current, the wind is your friend.
Well, Kevin, you've always said the ideal situation is no current, no pulling at all to about 10, 11 o'clock, and all of a sudden throw 3 units on at one time.
I mean, that's the best fishing Millers Ferry's ever had. When they used to do that, didn't ever do this stagger thing. When I was in my 20s, when they turned the water on, they turned it all on. I'm talking about they run it hard, it run 3 or 4 hours, shut it off. Because this sounds crazy, but now me and Joe Allen, we put out treetops on a Sunday morning and turned around at 2 o'clock on Sunday and went to catching fish off of them when they turned the water on.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's back whenever it was always all or nothing back then. They didn't do a lot of this 1 for a little while and 2 for a little while and 3. I don't know what's different, but back then when they pulled water, because you could actually sit out there fishing and just watch it drop.
Them stake beds Travis put out, he put them out 2 weeks. I caught 1 fish off of it, and it was fish all over it. I mean, you just gotta check them, and when Shane gets all that stuff out of my yard in the water, it ain't no telling what we're finna do.
We're gonna, the good Lord willing, it's gonna be in the water Friday, so I'm gonna be a little inconspicuous for a little while and get it out. So,
all right, Joe Allen. Before we get to the rodeo deal, tell us. You said you got some special stuff going on.
Yeah, I got bubble blades. I'm showing them. We got the bubble blades electric. We got the cordless. Got them on sale. And the battery. The battery one is on sale for $129. The corded one is $105. Great Father's Day gifts, and we got. This is something coming up. This is my time, mine and Kevin. You used to be our favorite time of year. And we got the Lew's cranking rod. This is the 7-foot
series.
Yeah, we used to slang the big pose with this thing.
It's got a lot of glass in it, not just graphite.
It didn't work you to death, but them big poses coming into play are any big crankbait right now. We call it the big green bug. They look like brim. Drag them up in ledges, and it was hang on. Kevin got mad at me one day. He was in the back of the boat and throwed the thing, and then hollered, I need some help. I said, you all right? I kept fishing. He said, I need some help. I said, you'll do all right. He finally wrestled that thing and got him up. And we weighed him. He weighed 8 pounds at Millers Ferry. Yeah. He got mad at me.
Yeah, he wouldn't help me.
Well, surprise, 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 surprise.
I got something else to showcase for Tucker AVT too, because I got these. Got me one the other day.
It's not Tucker AVT. It's Tucker ATV.
ATV. I did say ATV.
Look at that fine.
Anyway,
fine thing right
you need one of these in your truck. This is
I saw where Shannon is now, a DeWalt dealer. He's got a wall full of them things down there.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, this thing is a war horse right here. It's
what you use to drill the holes to make your jigs weedless?
Not this thing.
This is the impact. You change tire. This is actually the heavy torque impact.
That thing,
20-volt battery. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna say this one. I think this one's 780 or either 980. I can't remember.
It's their industrial series,
heavy duty torque.
But anyway, I done some work on my boat trailer with it, and it was like just nothing to it, taking them big boats out.
Oh, it's coming off and ringing off.
Yeah.
Half-inch drive impact.
But Shannon, they got a home run. It's stuff. So you got to get one, Big Daddy.
I don't know what I'd do with it. I'd have to let Shane use it.
Well, you have it in your truck in case you have a flat tire.
Yeah.
Them things are fine.
If I have a flat tire, I'm calling Travis Powell. Travis said he wants to use that wrench on your seat, on that seat.
No, I got he bring it off again with that thing.
All right, tell us about rodeo, Kevin. Where we at rodeos? Where anything going on with rodeo?
Well, I don't know about this weekend. He ain't said nothing, so I don't know if he's called in nothing. They went to Liberty, Mississippi, and rodeoed in a PCA. No, he went to Wilsonville last week. He went to Wilsonville. I didn't get to go. He bucked off. One of his buddies come up there. He finished second. They went to Poplarville Sunday, and the guy he lives with, his daddy owns some horses, and they got some new horses, and they was practicing. They went down there and put them in the stalls and bucked a few of them. And me and Brody talked about it sometime in July that he was going to he was looking at a PRCA event in Fort Worth. That's 7 days in a row, which we wouldn't call in for every day. We might try to do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday or something like that, but it'll be a big experience over there. It's kind of like Cowboy Christmas in Fort Worth at the stockyards. So we may try to do that in July. And I'm sure he's gonna have something. If it ain't something this weekend, it'll be something the next weekend.
All right, Bunny says she found the article, and it was a boa found in the northern end of Mississippi, and it was caught and released because it was out of its normal habitat. Okay. A boa constrictor. It ain't no telling what's out in them woods. Now, all right, Shane, tomorrow night, Thursday night, Crappie Cast on your Shane Jones Fishing YouTube and Facebook. And I don't know if y'all have not already liked and subscribe to that channel, but those numbers that Shane is throwing up, I'm telling you, I think that's the fastest growing channel on YouTube, and
it's growing right now. It's growing. Like I said, we're getting a few views, but the page is really getting a lot of traffic. I appreciate everybody doing that. They're liking the pictures and the reels and the videos. But we're gonna have Ryan on there tomorrow night and have your questions ready, especially this time of year. It helps to gain a little bit of experience from different people. I always listen to somebody if they're posting a lot of pictures. I'll ask them myself. So.
Well, I always enjoy listening to it. I learn something every time I listen to it. I really do. And it's from you or one of your
usually somebody asks a question and it brings up some stuff, and next thing you know, we share some stuff that we know, and people that ask the question share stuff they know. So it's a big sharing community. So fun.
All right, listen now, y'all. If you hadn't already, go in the comments right now and type in WDE40 in the comments, and I am going to give away a pair of the tickets to the 40th Annual World Deer Expo in Birmingham, July the 21st to the 23rd. WDE40 in the comments for a chance to win a pair of tickets. Joe Allen, tell me you ain't done got another dog to run.
This is another world champion squirrel dog. I'm dedicating my fall to having some squirrel hunting videos, and me and Kevin and Shane, we're gonna get some deer hunting videos. So y'all get ready this fall. We're gonna have a blowout.
Are you gonna get those videos right after you and Kevin get that bow and arrow shooting video done?
Kevin ain't going hunting. I'm going fishing.
No, he's gonna have to go. We're gonna have to figure a way and get us a bow kill. And we had a deer kill last year. We had some technical difficulty and all that, but we're gonna have that straightened out. And Shane, he's the bow hunter. We're gonna have him with a bow kill.
I do need to slow down and bow fish. So.
Look at that, Shane. Joe Frost, Frost Joe, said Shane Jones live scope settings are spot on. Daddy and I caught 42 Saturday.
Yeah, I talked to Joe. He messaged me. I remember Joe. I appreciate it, Joe. He sure did. He messaged me, and I think we got him straightened out. So.
And in case anybody wants to see them, there they are, right there.
There they are. It's not a secret.
That's your settings for your live scope. Shane Jones put that out a couple of weeks ago, and I guarantee you, if you get yours dialed in like mine's dialed in, you can see the jig splash water when it hits the water and the line as it goes down with those settings right there. All right, guys. Anything else? Anything else? What you gonna do this weekend? Oh, Joe Allen's going and throw those Mylard jigs.
Yep.
I'll be down there. I got
We'll
some
do that.
trips.
Get ready
I'm
for
planning on
Rick
singing
Pipkin. I mean Hunter Pipkin to sing our song.
Yeah, he's gonna debut our
That's
new
right.
intro song this weekend. Maybe we'll have that Wednesday night. What about you, Kevin? You fishing this weekend?
I'm gonna fish some. I don't know what days I'm gonna fish yet, but I'm gonna fish some.
I think I'm gonna pull my jugs out and do a little practice run with my jugs this weekend.
Do a little scouting. I hear you.
Scout.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Well, I thank y'all. This was a great show. Y'all always bring it. I tell you, you guys never cease to amaze me at what the information that y'all bring every Wednesday night. It's always something we can use. And I know we carry on a bunch of junk, but I tell you, I'll take you three fishing and hunting advice over anybody that I know. Y'all all three know what you're talking about, and I appreciate you coming on and being with us every week. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Thursday nights, Shane Jones Fishing YouTube and Shane Jones Facebook page for crappie
Yes, sir.
cast.
We'll be ready. I'm gonna have Ryan on there, and we're gonna. He's a big minnow fisherman, so you guys got slip court and minnow fishing questions. Hey, bring them on. That's what Ryan does. So.
Type in WDE40 for a chance to win them tickets. Orion Gunn says something about Catawba worms. I guess they in play right now, too.
Oh, yeah. They are.
I have to get me some of them. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, guys. Joe Allen, I'm worried about that new dog. I tell you, I wish I hadn't seen that. See y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, big
Well, he
dude.
taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my savvy, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk and climb and do it all on 2 light feet.